During this presentation, I will share how Tempo supports our customers with planning and tracking projects from a financial perspective. Is anyone using Tempo budgets today? Okay, cool, nice. All right, let's get right into it. I'll leave a few minutes for questions in the end, if you have any. So yes, just stay tuned. So the ones that are not so familiar with Tempo, Tempo is an Icelandic software company that develops management solutions on top of Jira. And we help and empower teams with seeing value from time tracking. And yeah, anybody been to Iceland? No? One? My colleague here, over there? Yeah, nice, okay. So Tempo is trusted by over 120 companies of the Global 500 across multiple industries, and as well as enterprise customers and small and medium companies. And we assist our users with solving many different problems and use cases with our 3 add-ons, Tempo Timesheets, Tempo Planner, and lastly, Tempo Budgets that we will be focusing on today. So a few of these use cases are related to project financial tracking, where we help our customers with planning and tracking projects from a financial perspective, like I said before. And Tempo Budgets helps our customers to get visibility into projects and portfolios and stay on top of project health, as well as simplifying the process of planning, tracking, and report on project financials. And we've heard customers that have implemented Tempo Budget that they were before using Excel. Is anybody using Excel for tracking project finances? Yeah, I see a few. And they have, according to them, just using and implementing Tempo Budgets has saved so much time, so much human error, and the stress level of project managers has reduced a lot. But Tempo helps you to set up a scope and timeline of your projects with a simple guided wizard. It will also guide you on what you would like to track within the scope of your project. For example, simple cost and revenue, and also earned value management. So what you're seeing here on the slide is an overview of a folio, and folio is simply just a project, whatever you define a project. It could be a Jira project, it could be sets of issues, it could be an epic or epics, whatever you decide to define your project and what you can do with JQL query. And folio can then be collected under a single portfolio. And all your portfolios and folios are available in Tempo Budget's overview that we can see here. And this powerful overview supports sorting and filtering, so you're always able to sort by your projects and folios very quickly, and always able to see the status of its folio and portfolio, the owner, start, and the end date. And this here is an example of the financial information that you can claim from a folio. And the big plus here is that Tempo Budgets exists within Jira, where you're doing all of your work. So it's not an Excel where you have to import or export data. So while your users are logging work, while users are tracking time with Tempo timesheets, for example, they're going to be able to get all that data into Tempo Budgets automatically without thinking about or worrying about integration or export and import data to see the financial health of the project. This here is the cost section of a folio, where you can create a baseline in order to set up your initial budget. And a budget and a baseline is simply just you deciding or planning on how much you think your project is going to cost you. And saving that baseline allows you to always compare what you plan to do with your project to the actual cost of the project during the whole project duration. And the budget is you're able to separate different expenditures, so you can have plan operational expenditures, you can plan capitalized expenditures, financial expenditure, etc. And also go into more details and plan for salary cost, plan for license cost, travel cost, whatever is associated to that project. Then we have, lastly, the real-time reports. Tempo Budgets offers a set of customizable reports. Among those powerful reports is the profitability report that we can see here. And this report presents a periodic comparison of actual cost and revenue over time. So let's take a quick live demo, and let's hope the demo ghost does not arrive. Okay. So, you can all see it okay? Yeah? All right. So you can see that I created a folio here called Budapest. And I'm going to click into that. I'm logged in as Taylor that has permission to view everything within this folio. Taylor also has permission to view rates, and we know that this is a very sensitive information for end users to know which users have which rates, so you're able to configure who is able to see what. But Taylor, she's a power user and has super administration permissions. So I'm going to click into the Budapest folio. And this folio exists of 8 issues that you can see here. And these 8 issues roll up to 43 hours of original estimates. So let's take a little quicker look of what's in the scope. I have it here. So we have a few issues: picnic at the Margaret Island, walk to the chain bridge, eat lagos. Is that right? Yeah? And I mean, all of those issues have original and remaining estimates. So let's see how long I'm going to take of eating. Yeah, 4 hours. No, 1 hour. Okay, that's a good estimation, right? So every issue here has an original estimate and remaining estimate on these issues. And that's why the folio is able to roll up these original estimates. You don't need to use original estimates. You can use any type of effort field that you would like issue count, story points, however you work. But for this example, let's focus on original estimate. So I'm going to go into the cost section, because the first thing is to create a budget or create a baseline, so I'm able to compare the planned cost with the actual cost. The folio gives me a lot of help to create my baseline. And I'm going to just use plan from estimate, which is one of the options. And clicking on plan from estimates, I'm asking the folio to help me, to tell me how many resources I need to complete this project in time. I have already picked the duration date of this folio, 5th of June to 7th of June. And now I'm asking the folio to tell me how many resources I need to complete this project in time. I'm just going to pick a member as a neutral role and then put an average cost rate. And this particular folio has configured to use USD dollars. You can have Hungarian for, yeah, what he said. So $80 per hour, folio start date, and plan. So the folio tells me I only need 2 resources. So I'm glad I brought my colleague to Budapest so we can complete this maybe tomorrow, or yeah. Okay, now I'm going to add also some travel cost. To fly to and from Budapest. All right, now I'm pretty happy with this, so I'm just going to save the baseline. Great, so now I've had my baseline, I have some salary cost, and I have some travel expense booked. Now the next thing is to add the staff members. I'm just going to add, since I only have 2 resources, I can add them manually one by one, but let's say that you have a project that has multiple issues and you need more resources, you can simplify this by just adding a team, a tempo team. But I'm going to add a staff member, Taylor, and here you can add a role for the staff member. So by doing that, it's going to pull in this user's cost rate. And one more. Great, now I have 2 resources added to the folio, we can see that the resources have two different cost rates. Summer has $75 and Taylor has $110. So now when we go to the overview, I can see a little bit of information in the finance section since I have created a cost plan, and we can see that 2 members have been added to the folio. If I go to the actual cost section, I can see there are $0 that have been booked on the actual cost section. This means that we haven't logged any work on these issues that are part of this folio, and that's the next step. Now the project had started, and these resources that are part of my folio are gonna be logging some work. So I'm just gonna go to the scope of the project, the Budapest tour, and log some work for Taylor and Summer. No, not planned time. And I'm gonna log work for Taylor for yesterday and today. Since we completed some of the agenda yesterday. Oh no, we have some limitation. Then we log for Taylor. All right, now when I go back to the folio and when I refresh this page, I'm gonna see some actual cost. So this is real time. So every time users log work onto the issues that are part of my project or part of my folio, it's already gonna be pushed into Tempo budgets, add the hours that Taylor has worked on the issues part of this folio, and then times her cost rate and then giving us the total cost. Okay, any questions? Easy. All right. So there's a lot of other things that you can do with Tempo budgets. You have the reports. You're also able to set up the folio to track cost and revenue, like I mentioned before. So could be very helpful when you're doing professional services and you're actually receiving revenue from your customers. So then you can see if your project is being profitable or not. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. And our financial features have only been available on server, but that will change very soon. And due to the fact that we've received tons of requests of having financial features on the cloud, and that's why our product teams have decided to put some work into it. And this product, the new product, is going to be called Tempo Projects, if that doesn't change. But our beta is planned to be released in the upcoming weeks. So if you would like to be signed up for the beta, just come and talk to Thorin and I, and we'll be happy to put you on the list. But let me give you a little bit more insight on how the product will look like. It will be a little bit different than Tempo budgets, so that's why we don't call it the same as well. So the financial features for the cloud will be called Tempo Projects, like I said, and where you'll be able to create fixed amount budget projects and simple cost projects, depending on the project and also the use case. So we'll start simple and we'll start with tracking cost. When you've created a project, it will be added to the Tempo Projects overview, where you can view health status, project types, and additional information for all your projects. And within the projects, you will be able to add Jira users as the project team, define the Jira users' cost rate, set up initial budget, just like in Tempo budgets, and then you're able to compare the time spent and the cost spent on each, and comparing that to the budget that you've set. One will also be able to view the scope of the project by clicking on the Scope tab and view actual cost of each issue within your project and how much time has been spent on every single one of these issues. So you can get a really good breakdown of your project and see how each issue has actually cost you and how much time you spent on it. So like I said, if you're interested in participating in a beta version for financial features on cloud, let us know and we'll sign you up. Did anyone attend Thorin's workshop yesterday regarding time tracking to resource management? Yeah? So as you know, we have 3 products, and what we just spoke on this presentation is only about Tempo budgets, which is focused on financial tracking. So we have 2 other products, Tempo timesheets for time tracking and Tempo planner for resource management. And we're more than happy to show you in the last hours of the event anything you would like to know about those 3 products. But it was a pleasure sharing this with you. This is the second time we are actually demoing and talking about Tempo Projects, the new financial product. So really fun to share that with you. So if you have any questions, we have about 3.5 minutes left. Yeah.
Can you track expenses?
In the new product? In budgets, yes. So the question was, are you able to track expenses? And yes, you can. So what I did in the demo, I booked a travel expense, and you can easily convert a planned expense to an actual expense. And that could be travel, licenses, whatever you feel like. And you can even add attachment, like a receipt, when you add expense in Tempo budgets. Any more questions? No? I know you have tons. This isn't that easy. It's pretty complicated. No questions? Ah. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming, and thanks again for having us. It's been really nice 2 days, so thanks.